So apparently my tweet went on one of the IU message boards about Tom Crean and my prediction on who would be the next coach at IU. I figured I would make a video about it, and hopefully you all will share the video. The same people that shared my tweet on those IU message boards, hopefully you will share this video on there as well. But I've got to do some other errands, and so I am going to talk while I'm grocery shopping. All right, so let's go. Hello.
Be all about that forward motion, push it along. Can't let them stop that forward motion, push it along.
Hello, male person. So let's start talking about this with the IU coaching job. So I got a Facebook message from a friend of mine saying, dude, your tweet started an entire thread on pigs. I don't subscribe to pigs. And it said talk show host. And really, one of the main reasons that I decided to do a video was not only to talk to the people who saw my initial tweet on pigs, but it's also to let you know that A, I am washed up. I don't do a daily sports radio show anymore, so take what I say with a grain of salt. Although, you know, it's not like I'm just coming up with my prediction out of thin air. But B, it also gave me a reason to promote on this video that Zach McCrite will be doing 12 to noon. Not 12 to noon. Zach McCrite will be doing 12... Take two. Zach McCrite will be doing 12 to 2 p.m. on ESPN 680 in Louisville on Wednesday and Thursday, March 8th and 9th of this week. Please tune in. So anyway, for those of you on the message board, please know that while I might know a little bit more than the average fan as it pertains to what's going on in Bloomington, I don't live at Assembly Hall, okay? I'm sure there are other people that probably know more than me, which is why I just put prediction. Also, let it be known that this is not what I want, all right? Yeah, Tony Bennett wins games, which is awesome. I mean, if he ends up coming to Bloomington, that's great. He wins games, and presumably he does it with less talent than other teams that always seem to finish at the top of the ACC. But my preference is not what my prediction is. My preference is something of a style that is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Yes, I'm asking for a lot. Yes, I know that IU basketball is not in the same place it used to be. I get all those things. But that does not mean that my prediction is equal to my preference. I came to JC. I should go to Aldi. Do people go to Aldi, or is it just me?
Push it along. Can't let them stop that forward motion. Push it along. Don't ever look back. Forward motion. Push it along.
And see, one of the initial brushbacks I get whenever I mentioned the whole Tony Bennett to IU thing was, well, you can't get Tony Bennett. You're Indiana. Quit thinking you can get those great coaches anymore. And again, let me reiterate, number one, it's not what I want. And number two, I know how far IU has fallen. They'd be really lucky to get Tony Bennett.
I wanna learn how to be a man without the presence of a father. Cry for me, don't bother. Things turned out alright. I made music for the world. Met my beautiful wife. Made a beautiful son. He's about to be one.
Thus ends our grocery trip. All right, back home, and now we're gonna put the groceries up, and I'm gonna finish this.
I'm another one of many to escape the mental trap. You can't find goodness in something that's jet black, and I am just...
Okay, now let's get to Gregg Doyel. His article, there's a couple of things that I'd like to clear up there. First off, I'm not going to say he did this on purpose, but when you say, if you ask me, Tom Crean isn't going anywhere, and then post a link to your article, which gives basically no information that says such a thing, I'm not saying that he did it just for clickbait. I'm not saying that at all. It just looks that way. Now, he is right. Like I said earlier, Indiana's not the program it used to be. And the people that he talked to, that's the information that was in there that was really good. The information that he did have is that coaches that are prominent, that we would quote unquote know the names of, don't think IU is as prominent a job as it used to be. Absolutely right. Which is why for an IU fan like me, and I consider myself one of the civil ones, people that talk about Billy Donovan are kind of crazy. It would be really hard for me to believe that any NBA coach who's going to take their team to the playoffs for a second consecutive year, this time without one of the best players in the entire world, is just going to get up and leave. And if he does, would he leave for a program like Indiana? I'm not going to hold my breath. However, when Gregg Doyel says that the best option is for Tom Crean to stay in Bloomington because the options aren't out there to replace him with someone better, that is where Gregg Doyel got it completely wrong. Forget about the awkwardness that would be akin to your mother-in-law staying at your all's house for about 3 months when she asked to only stay for a week. But the negative recruiting that would come from every other Big Ten team whenever somebody special might want to go to Indiana and Tom Crean's trying to get them there and every other coach in the land is going, oh, well, I mean, Tom Crean's a dead man walking. That's not real smart. So that's my thought on that. I just thought I'd do a quick video and throw it out there, basically for the people in Peegs Land who picked up my tweet from yesterday and ran with it. Look, Tony Bennett to Indiana is just a prediction of mine. I could be wrong, but I wanted to make sure to get this message out to you all and everyone else in regards to the Indiana University basketball job, which I'm going to guess is going to still open up, Greg. If you ask me my choices, and you did not ask, number 1, Greg Marshall. Number 2, Archie Miller. Number 3, I don't really have a number 3. That's basically because everybody else that's been thrown out there is a coach at a top 10 program. And it'd just be stupid to throw those people on the list. I mean, if they come, great, but I am with Gregg Doyel and a lot of other IU fans out there, the civil ones at least. I know this isn't the same job anymore, so I'm not going to throw names on a list as my favorites and boy, I hope they get the job when really they're not realistic. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know what you think. Hit me up at BigEZ, BIGEZ, or go right down below and throw something in the comments.
Push, go get it out the way.
Hey Remy. Hey Remy, can I get you to say IU?